And so Oedipus has fulfilled the prophecy. He has killed his father and he has married his mother. Now, some people might say, well, he didn't know. Why should he be held guilty for doing this when he didn't know? Well, in the modern world, ignorance of a law does not hold you innocence if you break that law. And it's kind of the same way in laws of other areas, such as marrying your mother and slaying your father. And so the fact that he did not know did not excuse him. And in a sense, he kind of inherited his sin, because Laius and Jocasta tried to circumvent their fate by sending this innocent child away. And that was what caused the whole thing. And so one of the themes in the ancient world and in this play is the theme of fate. And the Greeks believed you can't get out of what is your predestiny. You can't run away from it. You can't change it. And we see this over and over and over throughout other myths, which I won't go into, where the characters try to, change what the future, the prophesied future, and by trying to change it, they make it happen. And we see this in Oedipus, because they send him away. It is Oedipus's return to Thebes wherein he commits these heinous acts. This is carried over into modern drama, and one of the most famous ones that I can think of is the Star Wars series, where in the last one, where Darth Vader tries to, and when he's still Anakin Skywalker, he tries to change, his dreams of where he sees Padme. My bangs are driving me crazy. Don't look at him. Where he tries to change, his dreams of Padme's death by going over to the dark side. But his going over to the dark side in his actions is actually what caused her to die. So this theme continues on for a long time, even into modern age, that you can't change your fate. So this is one of the themes, and the Greeks believed in this. And so it goes on, the story continues. Oedipus marries Jocasta. Now remember, Jocasta might have been as young as 14 or 15 when she originally gave birth to Oedipus, because women married sometimes very young in those days. And so she could have been, 35, depending upon how young Oedipus was. Oedipus could have been 18. He could have been 17, 18. So she could have been in her early 30s. So she wasn't this old and wizened, dried up crone of a woman. And so he marries her, and they have children. And, that's just something that you don't do. You don't marry your mother. You don't kill your mother either. And you don't kill your father, because those are some crimes that, you don't even want to think about. And it goes on, and they're happy for a while. They have several children, Antigone and Electra, and the son's name escapes me at the moment. But everything's going okay for a while. And then there's a blight on the countryside. And, there's not any crops that are fruitful, and there's disease and pestilence. And so they're trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. And so they call in another prophet, a wise man, Tiresias, to find out what is going on. And Tiresias says, there is someone in the kingdom who has done these horrible crimes. He's killed his father, and he's married his mother. And Oedipus says, by golly, when I find him, I'm going to do horrible things to him, and and make sure that he's either killed or banished from the kingdom, and this is going to bring the feels back. This is where hubris comes in. Now again, Oedipus has no idea that he is the one who is causing all of this misery. And so when he exercises his kingly rights and says, this is what I'm going to do to this this malefactor, he's sealing his own doom. He is condemning himself. And again, that element of fate comes in, the element of hubris comes in. And again, hubris is that overwhelming pride, the inability to reason, and the inability to look around and see what's going on. Laius and Jocasta are also guilty of hubris because they send Oedipus away. That is a hubristic act. That is saying, I know better than the gods, and I am going to trick the gods by changing fate. And the Greeks had the three fates, and they were the three sisters, Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos. And they were spinners. And Clotho would spin out the thread of a person's life, Lachesis would measure it, and Atropos would snip it. That was set. And so all three of these characters were saying, I am going to change the fate. I'm going to change what the gods have prescribed for me, and basically, I'm better than a god. I'll continue.